I'm that rig guy. Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be getting there and having a bit of a montage to that rig girl. Uh, that rig girl spends a lot of time behind the camera. She spends a lot of time in the office behind the scenes. She stands beside me, behind me, and she gets there and she supports everything that I do. So this here is a little bit of a thank you to that rig girl and demonstrate exactly what women in fishing can actually do. And I'm not just talking about throwing a line. I'm talking about the helping behind the success of Lovell Rigs. Without that rig girl, we wouldn't be in 11 locations in South Australia and 3 locations in Victoria. The packaging that she's done is fantastic, and you'll see all that up on the shelves in some of our stock, well, in all our stockists really, from South Coast Marine and Gawler all the way up through to Barmera, the BP up there, Top Catch. You'll see our stuff there. You'll see the beautiful heading and all the jobs that all the work that she's put into making our packaging A1. So sit back and enjoy.
So guys, we're going to talk about sinkers. When you're using a sinker, you need it not too heavy that the fish aren't going to take the bait because they're going to feel the weight of it. But you don't want it to be light that it's not going to hold the bottom and it's just going to float. You want it to suit the type of fishing that you're doing. You need to research what your fish like, whether they like a heavy bait, whether they like a light, whether they bottom feed, or whether they top feed. If they top feed, you want to use a really light sinker with a float. If they bottom feed, you want to use something a little bit heavier. Hey, it's that rig girl here again. So we've been in Barmera and heading home. We've stopped at the Marook Game Reserve just to have another half hour or so, see what we can catch. So I'm using the Lovell Rigs T-Rig, which has a bowl sinker, like a running sinker type, with a burley cage, which is nice and packed full of burley, and 2 hooks. I've got a soft plastic corn on one, and that was a fish just jumping, and I've got a worm on the other. So we're going to no worm.
Oh, I hate to tell you this, but your worm looks like it's disappeared.
My worm is here.
Okay, so the worm looks like a piece of corn.
My worm is there.
Hold it back up.
Worm.
Hold it back up.
Yeah.
Hold it back
Hold
up.
it back up. Sorry.
Look at this. So she's put on a tiny, tiny little piece of worm.
It worked in Barmera, so why not? I had a bit of success with this rig. I've been using it all day. There are carp jumping everywhere.
Okay, so we're here with that rig girl. We're going to do a bit of an interview, find out exactly what makes her tick when it comes to fishing. Just a few basic questions. So, rig girl, what was it that got you into fishing?
My grandfather was an avid fisherman, but I never really picked up the bug until I met my first husband. And we would come out to Lake Bonnie and Barmera and walk a flat probably every weekend just carp fishing, and I just loved it.
So, with that, what's one of your most memorable fishing trips that you've had?
Most memorable would be Wallaroo when I hooked up on a Port Jackson at the end of the jetty. It took me about an hour to walk it back to the beach because I've never seen one and I wasn't going to give up.
Not giving up. That's a really good thing when it comes to fishing and life as well, never giving up. What's your best fish that you've caught?
Best one would be 60, I think it was 65 or 68 centimetre carp over Lake Corner.
Awesome. What's your favourite fish that you love to catch?
I love catching salmon because they're just so good to eat.
Alright. So you're a salmon fisher, yet you're out here catching carp again with me today. What's your preferred method? Are you a preferred bait or you prefer lure, or you're a combination of both?
I like both. It really depends on what I'm fishing for. Like here, of course, we're using bait. Salmon, when we go to Waipenga or Port Noarlunga, I'll use lure.
So you're talking about using bait here, but today what what's on the bottom of your rig for your bait today?
My bait today is soft plastic corn. Yeah, that's what I'm using.
Okay, and where do you get your soft plastic corn from?
I get it from Lovell Rigs. Of course.
Of course, of course. So we're going to leave it there. Actually, before we go, we're going to ask one more question. You get the opportunity to go fishing of a lifetime. All right, who would be the person that you would most likely love to go fishing with? There are so many fishing celebrities out there. Who would you choose?
There's only one. There's only one that I would choose, and that's got to be Rex Hunt.
Oh, Rexy, yeah, he's no longer really heard out there in the fishing community anymore, but yeah, he's the guy that really got me bugged into fishing for the second time and really in. But yeah, no, Rex is a very, how do I put it, influential fisherman out there. So yeah, I'll agree with that one. All right, well, thank you for your time. We're going to get back into fishing. So, what do we say?
Get out, get amongst it.
All right. Thanks for that.
So, how often do we buy worms and we open them only to find that they're all in the bottom and you got to dig your way through just to try and find one? Well, we found a neat trick that we saw on another YouTube channel called Fish and Stuff, which is based in America. Worms tend to gravitate to the bottom of the tub. So if you turn your tub upside down, they're all going to sink to the bottom, which is actually the top where the lid is. So we'll leave this sit for a few minutes, come back, open them up, and I'll show you where they're sitting. So we've had this sitting for about 5 minutes or so. So let's turn it over, open her up, and there we can see worms at the top, which they thought was the bottom. Okay, that gets confusing. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. If you turn your worms upside down, they're going to be so much easier to get out of the container. You're not going to lose all your soil that they're mixed in with trying to dig around. So yeah, just remember that. And I want to thank the host of Fish and Stuff, excellent YouTube channel, and he has some fantastic DIYs and tips and everything that you want to need for fishing.
Okay. That rig girl's on. And she's got something decent. Let's see what she can get. Let's just cook off absolutely massive run. Look at defending that rod. That's good. Grab that.
Okay, I got that.
Check this out.
Oh, let's
Bring that up.
let's get the hook out of him.
This will have to go close to your personal best, I reckon.
I think so. Let's get this out of his lip. And this was on the soft plastic corn.
Okay.
I had worm and corn, and he's taken the corn. Come on. Oh, here we go. So yeah, nice big.
That is a nice mud marlin.
Yep.
I'd be happy with that one.
Nice, very nice.
Okay.
So we need to weigh and measure him now.
All right, we'll get some photos for that.
Yeah.
All right, well done.
Hey guys, Danny here from Lovell Rigs. We have now made it easier for you guys to distinguish our saltwater and our freshwater rigs by changing the headers on our packaging. As you all know, our usual header is Waipinga Beach, a place that Pete and I absolutely love to go and fish. So these are on our saltwater packaging. And just to make it a little bit easier for our freshwater, we have another place that we absolutely love to go and fish regularly, and it's just absolutely beautiful up there, and that's Lake Bonnie in Barmera. So Lake Bonnie is now for all of our freshwater, and we have Waipinga for our saltwater. So from a distance, when you walk into a shop that stocks our products, you'll be able to see which one you need for your upcoming fishing trip. I have work to do. I've got orders to get out. So I've got to get out and get amongst it. Tight lines. Catch you in the next one.
Oh, g'day, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that video. On our next video coming up, we'll have an interview with Kim Manning, the Magician of the Murray. So I hope you join us for that one. Until then, I'm that rig guy. You just watch that rig girl. Now time to get out, get amongst it, and we'll see you next time. Catch ya.